Welcome back. Well, today I have Dr. Raoff here, who is going to talk to us about cataract surgery and also a variety of other things, plus what they've been doing during our COVID-19 stay-at-home. Well, Dr. Raoff, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. How are you doing?
Thank you, Lisa. It's great to be here virtually again. I'm doing great. It's been wonderful being back at work. We've had our doors open now for a little over a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been really good.
I like that. And it's been really tough for a lot of businesses. And I know that I'm sure you have gone through some changes to accommodate many of the things that people are concerned about. If you've heard, which you probably have, is many of our folks who are 65 and over are at high risk. And I know that they're very concerned about going out and about. So tell me some of the things that you must have done to help ease that worry.
Yeah, absolutely. You're completely right with everything you said, Lisa. So being ophthalmologists and cataract surgeons, we are really somewhat in the front line of this because our patients are mostly 65 and older, like you said, and they need certain services done in order to get them functioning well, in order to get them to see better, read better, in order to get through their environment more clearly. So initially during, say, the first 4 to 5 weeks during this pandemic, we were only open for emergencies and we limited doing surgeries since our surgeries are considered elective.
Sure.
However, now as we know more about the virus and as we know more about what we can do to prevent transmission, we have been fortunate enough to open our doors last week, but things run pretty differently now. So let me tell you about some of the things that we're doing differently in our office.
Okay.
So first of all, when we make an appointment for a patient over the phone or when we confirm their appointment, we always screen them for possible COVID symptoms. So they're asked whether they have any recent fevers, sick contacts, whether they personally have been exposed to the virus, travel history, and if any of those come back positive, then we ask them to see their primary care doctor and reschedule for a couple of weeks later.
Okay.
When the patient does come into our office, we are checking everybody's temperature at the door and making sure that it's 10.4 or below that. If it's above that, we ask them to reschedule and go and see their primary care doctor.
Okay.
In addition, we are strictly following social distancing precautions. So we have modified our waiting room. So the chairs are spread apart now, and we are limiting the number of individuals that are allowed to be in the waiting room at a time.
Okay.
We ask family members to wait in the car or to just not join the patient for their appointments unless they absolutely need to for mobility or translation purposes.
Okay.
In addition, we request from everybody to wear a mask. So of course, as myself, I'm wearing a mask and all of our staff is wearing a mask at all times. We also ask our patients to come in wearing some sort of face cover for their own protection, thus per the CDC recommendations. We give the patients a survey again about their symptoms just in case anything changed from the time that we made the appointment over the phone. We are following very strict sanitation techniques in the waiting room, at the front desk, and in the exam rooms. So everything is being sanitized and cleaned with alcohol or with bleach between patients. We try to even make sure to do that in front of our patients so they know everything is completely clean, because in ophthalmology, the patient has to use a slit lamp to be examined. They put their chin on the chin rest with their forehead touching the top. There's a lot of contact. So we want to make sure that our patients feel 100% safe and comfortable. This is a 100% clean environment. We're trying to do everything we can to prevent transmission.
Yeah, it's amazing. All the things you never thought you'd really have to go through. I mean, it's just crazy, but you know what? It's a really good, I think, eye opener for a lot of us because we probably were touching our face 50 times and we're touching stuff. And I think I've already been a germaphobe already. So this one more step for me. It's like, okay, no problem. So it's really good to know that you're able to open up and take care of your patients. Now, you mentioned some folks had emergencies, but then let's talk about those that are elective at this point, which is cataracts primarily, right?
Yeah. So
you're starting to do that now.
Yes. So I started doing cataract surgery, and actually the American Academy of Ophthalmology, which is the national organization that most ophthalmologists belong to, they've issued a recommendation that says if a patient has a limitation to one of their essential daily functioning tasks, then it is okay to proceed with surgery at this time, given that there is, that they don't have an active infection. So that has been able to allow us to resume cataract surgery. And if there is somebody that has cataract that's visually significant, they can't drive, they can't read, or they can't do some of their daily activities that are essential to them to do, and they're having some limitations to that, then they may be a good candidate for cataract surgery. So with those patients, I'm having them come in for a cataract evaluation in the office. It's a comprehensive examination where we review all of the patient's symptoms, we measure their vision, we do a full dilated exam, and at that visit, I'll have the discussion with my patient, go over the pros and cons of the surgery and whether we feel like it's the right thing to do to proceed with it at this time.
That's great. And it's nice to know that, I mean, they might have been suffering with this for the last 8 weeks. And they've had to put off surgery, or, because of the stay-at-home order.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that now people can come in. So what's the best thing for them to do? I mean, are you contacting the patients that were scheduled before and letting them know that you're open?
We are. So we have notified our patients that our doors are now open, and we also even are sending out via email or via text all the precautions that we are following.
Okay.
We also made a video that in our office that kind of goes through everything that we've changed in the office, just to kind of, give patients that comfort that, this is a much cleaner environment than, the grocery store that you have to go to and some of these other places. So we've notified them, and I encourage them to call us, make an appointment, come in for a consultation. If you're having problems with your vision, we'll do the full exam, we'll figure out what's going on, and if cataract surgery is the right thing to do, we are able to do that at this time.
Excellent. Just real quick, could you please go through the symptoms of who might be a good candidate for cataract surgery?
Yeah, so cataracts are a natural change that happens to the lens that's inside our eye. So we all have a lens inside our eye. Normally, that lens is clear when we're young, but as we get older, that lens becomes cloudy over time, and usually it's a gradual process. When that lens becomes cloudy, it blurs our vision. So folks who have cataracts that are developing, they notice that their vision is just not as sharp as it used to be. When they're driving, they notice that the signs that they used to be able to read, for instance, on the freeway, they have to get pretty close in order to see them now. In addition, when they drive at night, they may get some glare or halos from incoming headlights and traffic lights. Those are also symptoms of cataracts. When they're reading, like reading a book, they may notice that they need a lot more light to see, and when they're in a dimly lit setting, they're just unable to read what they used to read. And generally, people with cataracts don't notice this as much because it's a gradual process, but their color vision is diminished. Colors just don't look as vibrant as they used to, and that's usually one of the first things that people notice the day after cataract surgery is like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that colors have changed so much and what true colors used to be like.
Right. And what is the average age?
The average age is, in order for people to undergo cataract surgery, is in their mid-60s. However, I have done cataract surgery on folks in their 30s, which is rare, and people in their late 80s or even 90s. So there's a wide range in which cataracts can occur, but usually they start developing in our 50s and they become visually significant in our 60s.
Okay, well, good to know.
But it varies from person to person.
Sure. Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad we had this time to talk with you. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you were able to open, and now everyone will know that they can contact you. That's great.
Thank you so much. It's always my pleasure chatting with you, and we're more than happy to see our patients again. We kind of miss being at work, and we're so happy doing what we do here.
Excellent. All right. Well, you have a great day, Dr. Raoff, and I appreciate
your
time.
Thank you. You too. Take care, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we'll be right back after this.